Hello everyone, it's Turu here again. Today I just wanted to share and talk about why I decided to purchase a snake as my pet. I decided to have this pet because I used to it already. I already have 8-footer python snake before when I was younger, and right now I just decided to get another one again as my pet. The purpose of this is really as my companion here. Like, I just don't think of them as a thing and just there. I think of them as my companion here at home. Like, I have plants, I have fish, and I needed something else also. I love snake because of my experience before. I actually like also dogs and cats, but because of kinda so much things to do with those type of pets, and I cannot put them in an enclosure, so I just decided to get a snake. It's a corn snake. It's a very basic type of snake, and it's not venomous. Now I just wanted to talk about the things about snake, like usually as recommended, they said that you have to take the snake out from the enclosure and put it in a separate bin and give food or feed them there. And to me, that's very stressful for the snake. To me, it's like it's not really the normal or the natural kind of things how to take care of a snake. By the way, the name of the snake is Sarah, and yes, she's somewhere out there chilling out. Like, I don't want to bother her because she was so active last night looking for a place to sneak in, things like that. So she's probably somewhere there. I cannot find her. She's still a baby. I actually look for a smaller enclosure for her, but the storage where I bought the snake, they said that no, you cannot put the snake in a 10-gallon tank because the snake will grow, things like that, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, that's the one thing also. If you have baby snake and you put the snake in a bigger enclosure like this, you really have to find where she at, because she's everywhere. It's hard to find. Like, she's not staying really at this kind of rock hide right there. She loves to hide underneath the substrate. And I always recommend to put the baby snake in a smaller container, as long as she's comfortable and provided with everything she needs, like water. Well, I understand that the store is like selling me right away things like this. So I have no choice. I really have to get this, and I have to put it there because I don't have other enclosure for her. So I really have to put it here. And I just have to make sure that she has water. I put also extra water in there, and importantly, hide right there. And again, according to the instruction, you have to take her out from the enclosure, put it in a separate bin, and give the food in there. To me, that's very un, un, unstressful, very stressful for the snake. And also to me also, I cannot imagine if she grow up like 4 to 5 feet, and then I'm gonna take her out and then feed her in some other cage, things like that. So what I'm gonna do to her is I will try to really like use her body clock, something like this one. This is a UV V. This act like a sun to let her know that it's a daytime. I set the timer for this. This will open 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. So she will learn that at this hour it's a daytime, and at nighttime, this will automatically shut off. So she will know the difference between daytime and nighttime. That's the things that I wanted her to learn. And also regarding feeding time, I will try like she used to, like according to the previous caretaker. They have to take her out and then put it in separate bin and feed it here there. Like to me, I will try maybe at first I will give her, or I will follow this type of procedure if she will not eat the food that I'm gonna give to her. But I will really try to do things differently, as natural. Like in my plan, like I wanted her to think that at nighttime she can find food in her own enclosure. So I will train her, like I'm gonna put her food at the top of this rack at nighttime. So I want her to think that if I find my own food, I'm so proud of myself, and she will become happy. So who knows what snake think, but I wanted her to think that way. So nighttime is the best time for me, I think, to provide food for her, because she becomes so active at nighttime. And like in the morning, that's the time that I'm gonna take her out, and then try to introduce myself, also try her to feel safe with me, things like that. So that's I'm gonna do to her. Like I will train her to find her own food in her own enclosure at nighttime, because I'm not gonna let her out at nighttime. So her food reaction or instinct will only at nighttime. So maybe I think that's gonna avoid maybe a bit that every time I'm gonna take her out, she will not really bite or things that I am food, things like that, because she knows the time where she can find the food for her own. And I think that's the things that I can do for her. And I feel bad when I heard some other people that snake are not smart, they're like moron, they cannot think properly. We have to think really how their nature or their way of life, I cannot imagine if our way of life is we have to use our tongue to search for food, or to know the environment, what is their danger is there, just using by their tongue. They cannot see properly, so they use their tongue to detect everything. Where is the food, where is the danger? And calling them like that feels me unfair. Like we have purpose in life, and yeah, in hierarchy, like if the plant died, so the termites will consume the dead trees, and then these rodents or other small animals will eat the mites, so they will not over populated. So nature will always do things like that automatically, and as a snake, that's their purpose also, to control rodents, their population. So that's their purpose. And also snake is kind of prey also, they're a source of food also in nature. So nature always makes sure that they always have numbers of babies, and yeah, that's their life, that's how they are made of, that's their purpose. And hearing people that these snakes are cannot think properly, so you know, we really have to understand how nature works. Maybe we are comparing them with other animals like dogs, and they have different reaction because their way is by pack. They have higher leaders, things like that. So they have reaction, they have social interaction. But for snake, they are part of prey nature. They are food for everything, food for birds and what else, everything, even snake, they're also food for other snake. So we have to, as a human, we have to really expand our understanding about snake. I actually have experience before, which it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of different, I can say, experience about snake. I hate snakes before when I was young, riding with my horse. Like there are so many snakes at my old place, like cobras and pythons and everything. And then there's some types of snakes that they love to sunbathing in the middle of the road at noon. So my horse is very scared of them, and me too, I'm scared of snake also. But I have this experience that I moved to this place, and they have snake. They rescued this snake from neighborhood because this snake attacked their chicken, and then he was hurt badly, and then they decided to adopt him, put them in an enclosure. He's an 8-footer snake already, and it's wild like hell. Like it's very wild. And they decided to take him out, put some what do you call this, electrical tape to the mouth, and then yeah, try to put in the house so he can stretch his body, things like that. But one time he come to me like standing like this in front of me, like that, like I thought he's going to bite me, and I was just, you cannot bite me, you have electrical tape in your mouth. And then he just stand like this in front of me, and then do like this, and then do like that. I feel that he wanted something from me, and I tried to understand why the snakes is facing and standing in front of me, and I feel like he is asking for something. So I look at him, and it feels like his body was become so bloated because I think that every time he breathes some air, it's get inside to his body, and he cannot release it back because of the tape from his mouth, and he is asking me to remove the snake. So that's my only understanding, because his entire body was bloated already with air. So yeah, like if you think that snake doesn't have thinking or they cannot understand things, with my experience like that, I think they have capability of understanding about their surroundings. It's just their instinct or their behavior in nature is, yeah, the things that they are just independent type of animals, and yeah, their nature is just to find rodents or some other or rats, and that's their purpose in life. But it doesn't mean they cannot think by themselves. So that's really my experience about snakes. So what I did at that time, I asked the caretaker, because I am not the caretaker of that snake at that time. So I asked him to cut the electrical tape from his mouth, and he feels okay. I made some kind of mask for him to avoid that events again, or experience again. Like I found some flat types of plastic container that will fit to his face, and I just make some kind of mask for him so he can breathe properly. At the same time, he cannot hurt us because he cannot open his mouth. And I was so happy at that time, and at that time also I am the one who started taking care of him. And yeah, because of that experience, right now I think I have little experience with snake, and hearing all about snakes, that they are not smart, they are kind of like, I cannot blame them too, because we can see other snakes that they are even eating their own body. Like again, people, they cannot see. Their only way of finding, or like, yeah, their tongue is their number one source of senses for themselves. Like when they bite themselves, they think that they bite the prey, and they think also that they are beaten by the prey, by the other animals. So we really have to understand, and we really have to stop talking about these animals are not smart, these animals cannot think, because they are smart. I'm even happy with my baby snake, because yeah, at night I just let her do her things there, and I just observe her, but I'm not gonna look at her, because every time I look at her and stare, and she noticed that I was looking for her, she was stop and staring at me too. Like maybe she's thinking, why are you staring at me? Something like that. They can understand. She understand also about me. Like she is observing also about me. Like we are like observing each other. What is this aliens can do to me? Is this alien is a danger for me? Things like that. But yeah, I will try my best to put her in the best situation. I know this case is not enough for her in the future, but I will take care of her as I can, and I'm happy that I have other companion here at home. And thank you for giving time for my video, and you guys take care of yourself. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.